Hi, welcome to Galactic Command Tarot. This is a psychic beacon, so if you're watching this, then you're a member of Galactic Command. Now you can choose to believe that or not. As it is, you exist in one of two states or conditions, and that is either active or inactive. Now active means everything I say or do or pull from the ancient Galactic Command Tarot deck will apply to you. Inactive means everything I say or do or pull from the ancient Galactic Command Tarot deck will not apply to you. To go from inactive to active, all you have to do is say, of my own free will, I volunteer for service with Galactic Command, and that is it. Now you're already a member of Galactic Command, and you might be rolling that over in your head whether you should do this. All I'm trying to do is help you flip that internal switch inside of you. As I said before, you are a member of Galactic Command, and you have two guardians that walk with you from the moment you were born. You volunteered to come here. You actually picked those two guardians with you. They're probably family members. They might be your mom, might be your dad, uncle, could be a best friend. Like I said, usually a family member. Could be your daughter, could be your son. You know, they look fairly young. Just as a generalization, they look like they're about 25. They could be 150 years old, but they look like they're around 25. Okay, same as you. You trained for a very long time. You volunteered to do this. This is actually the Twinflame Journey. You trained. You knew you were going to lose your memory when you came here, but you had to volunteer twice. You had to volunteer to do the training, to go on the Twinflame Journey, and then you had to volunteer a second time to step forward to come to the planet. Because that way you have a chance to think about what this entails. So you know that you're going to come here, and a lot of that training is going to stick with you, but it's going to be like intuition on you, and the people you choose to come with you will whisper your name, will whisper advice, will tell you to remember what you are doing and coming here for, which is the Twinflame Journey. Now, the Twinflame Journey was originally done by Archangel Michael. He wanted to prove it could be done, that without any knowledge or any memory, you would be able to find, that other part of your heart. And so he volunteered. He gave up. He didn't give it up. He just came to Earth, kind of like Jesus did. He was born, but he didn't have the memory of that he was Archangel Michael. He didn't know he was an angel. And he was born. He grew up. He was raised just like any other person in the world. He got into fights. He got into arguments. All this stuff. And then he grew up, raised his vibrational frequency until he met Galactic Command. He kept raising that vibrational frequency until he actually raised it to the angelic realm. And then he manifested this, which is the Galactic Command Tarot deck. So somewhere along that journey, he knew that you would need this. Now, I do everything in front of you. This is the ancient Galactic Command Tarot deck, manifested by Archangel Michael in the presence of the Almighty God. Okay, so it talks. As I deal it out and as the cards come up, the cards are actually talking. It's the Almighty, it's the voice of God, literally the Word of God. So I say this because it doesn't matter when you watch this. It could be today, tomorrow, a million years from now. You could be waking up, getting out of bed, drinking a cup of coffee, whatever. You sit down, you watch this, it applies then. As long as you are an active member of Galactic Command. Because until you become active, it isn't going to mean squat, So, let's get started. Now we're shuffling the deck the way Archangel Michael manifested this knowledge to Archangel Wendy, who actually, we'll say, gifted the first decks to mankind to manifest the light in their heart. And let me do this real quick. Okay, we split it. You just shuffle until you feel like you need to stop. If you ever want to go into tarot, that's all you got to do. Shuffle till you feel like you need to stop. Cut it with your left hand and the 3 decks. Put it back together, and there it is. Now, before I start, weapons. First of all, you have weapons for dreams. Now, some of you may be having nightmares. For some reason, I have this reason to tell you. Okay, well, as a member of Galactic Command, there's usually 2 items you should carry on you, at all times. A lighter. Now, you can carry matches, but a lighter. A simple cigarette lighter. Carry a single cigarette lighter, and you carry like a pocket knife or a jackknife or a Leatherman. It can be a tiny little thing like that. You carry that in your pocket. For active Galactic Command members, those are your physical weapons that you can keep. Just as an example, if like a vampire appeared in front of you, this is just an example, but it's a good example though. Say if a vampire appeared in front of you. Do they exist? Yes, they do. Do werewolves exist? Yes, they do. In fact, I'm going to say something to you, and you should take it to heart. Imagine ghosts, God, angels, demons, the Loch Ness Monster, aliens, vampires, werewolves, dark-eyed children, gnomes, fairies, light beings, dark beings, Dracula, all these things. Think about them. Now, think that they are all absolutely real, 100%, that they actually exist in this universe in some form or another, and somehow, it all makes sense. Okay, that's it. You can say, I don't believe it, but somehow it all makes sense. Perfect sense. And that's why you carry the lighter, and that's why you carry the tiny little pocket knife. Because if for some reason you're walking around and you come upon a vampire, first thing you do is say, I am a member of Galactic Command. They should almost instantly know to leave you alone. Okay, they should. If anything, you'll make them step back, and usually you can just leave the situation. However, if it comes to the point where you need to defend yourself, as soon as you say, I am a member of Galactic Command, that lighter literally becomes a flamethrower. And that knife is the weapon that will hurt whatever you're standing in front of. If it's a vampire, as we said, it is as powerful as any wooden stake you know of slamming into their heart. If you cut their flesh, they will feel it. They will hurl back in pain. If you pull out that lighter and you burn them, they will burn. Those are your weapons. And they are powerful. Very, very powerful. Anything you light up with that flame, once you've declared your Galactic Command, you can use it. You can light a rag. It is a torch. If you hold a hairspray or something like that and you light it up, it is a flamethrower. It burns. Your knife cuts. Those are your weapons. Now, as for dreams, in dreams, for the most part, you're neutral. Okay, you may see just regular dream people, but there's also sometimes there's dark beings in there and there's light beings in there, and most of the time they just leave you alone. You know, you dream. But there are those moments where you may say, I'm having a nightmare, or someone's attacking me. Your dream, just by itself, will give you a weapon to defend yourself. It could be a broom. It could be a bottle of soda. But it's something that you can have to defend yourself. If you are lucid dreaming and you can remember Galactic Command, you have 2 internal weapons at your disposal. In each hand is literally, we'll just call it like a laser gun or a pulse gun or a ray gun. It's 2 balls of light in the palms of your hand. All you do, there's no magic word. You know, if you ever watch any of these movies, like where they have magicians or sorcerers or witches, and they all say this stuff in Latin, all they're saying is fire, shoot. You know, so you're like a gun, fire, fire. That's all they're saying. They're just saying it in a different language. All you have to do is hold out your hands, believe they are there, and just say, fire. And that white light will literally shoot out and hit whatever you're aiming at. I've seen it done. I've done it. I have shot a dark being literally this close. I was defending someone in a dream, and they weren't after me, they were after the person. And as a last resort, I stood in front of them and I just held my hand out and I said, fire. And it hit, the white blast hit them right in the mouth. It went literally into their mouth. And this was a dark being. And it literally, when it contacted, it was like milk. It just flowed out of their mouth, out of their eyes, out of their nose. They staggered backwards, landed on the ground, and that was it. They were gone. You know, their body was there, but they were gone. And that's how you defend yourself in your dream. If you can remember your Galactic Command. Now, in your dreams, you are also in the presence of your guardians. They protect your body while you're sleeping. You get downloads. And one of the things I noticed was that the more powerful I became in my dream state, the more I wasn't afraid to go to sleep. And this is one of the things you should practice, is that if you ever have a bad dream or you are nervous, when you lay down, you say, I will not be afraid to go to sleep. And then you go to sleep. And you say that. You say that every time you feel like you need to say that. Say, I will not be afraid to go to sleep. And if you do battle and you get good at it, because there's no way you can fail, you can lose the fight, but you'll wake up. But the better you get, there may come a point where you actually are sleeping and you say, okay, where are they? And you might actually start hunting down dark beings. And pretty much at that point, they leave you alone because they don't want to go through the hassle of doing battle like that. You know, they have a lot to lose because now you are active, you are aware, you know that dreams are a place that are not foreign to you anymore. Okay? So, let's get started on your reading. Death! Scorpio. Scorpio, let's just say what it, as he says right there. I prefer Scorpio. That's his name. Scorpio has a lot to do with the twin flame journey. You may not realize this. There is history with the twin flame journey and Scorpio. Beginnings and endings. Lots of things happening, shifts, balances. Who would know better than him on perfectly timed things? You should not, but you may be afraid of Scorpio, but he's not someone to be afraid of. He doesn't have the greatest job in the world, but the earth is governed by one basic, there's many principles, but there's one basic principle of the earth, and that is to be courteous, kind, and polite. And Scorpio does his best to be that way. Okay, so he is part of and has dealings with the twin flame journey, and you're looking at him right now. So, it's part of this reading. Scorpio. Remember, Scorpio. Call him Scorpio, even though he is literally the angel of death. But he's a nice person. We'll say it like this. He has a purpose and a function. And that's all you should know. That's all you should understand. He doesn't do things out of malice or hate or anything like that. God has given him a purpose and a function, and he is the one that has to do it. I myself, I would not want to have that job. A lot of angels would not want to have that job. You have to be a specific person, and that's who that is, and that is Scorpio. And he's a major card, and this is the twin flame reading, so it is something that's going on right now in your life. There's changes. Something ending and something is beginning. Justice. Angels. That's the Ankh. But the Ankh is also the Egyptian symbol for angels. That's how they see an angel. With a halo, with his arms sticking out, glowing, with the body, the robe, skirt, the dress, whatever. Justice. It's an equilibrium. Scorpio is here to maintain a balance in what's happening in your life. Things that should happen are happening, and things that shouldn't be happening are being taken care of. That's it's interesting in this point in that he is watching out for you. Most people wouldn't think of as Scorpio as being a guardian angel. I can't say that he is, and I can't say that he isn't. But I do know that there are points where he will step forward and he will do things. And so whatever is happening, on that balance for you in this universe, he's making sure it's being done. He's literally watching out for you. Okay? And that sounds kind of strange, but it happens. Two major cards, first cards in your beginning. There's a balancing going on with you. You're not quite sure what path it is you need to take or what your actions are. So go with that intuition. Go with what feels in your heart and don't fight it. If you are in a place or situation where it says get out, you get out. If you have to come back later, come back later. You will know. You will know. Strength. 3 major cards. 3 major cards in your reading. Wow. The angels and galactic commands, and this is you. There is like a divine, loving, feminine energy in you right now. It's like whispering the guidance that you need. And the angels are there with you too. Galactic Command and angels also helping you. This is destined. It's bringing the balance, and it's bringing the endings and the beginnings. 3 big cards. Look, strength means hold out, believe. Whatever's going on, listen to your intuition. I don't know what's happening in your life right now, but there's something beginning and something ending, and it might be many things. Because this is Scorpio. He deals with lots of things. Lots of things. Lots of things begin, lots of things end. Lots of things, lots of people are born. Lots of people pass away. Hold on. Be strong. You're not alone. Just like it's right there. You are not alone. And as I said before, he is watching out for you in a good way. And that's going to be hard for you to believe because he is Scorpio. But in a good way, the angel of death is watching out for you. Remember, call him Scorpio. Call him Scorpio. Be courteous, be kind, and be polite. He expects that from you because I've told you, you can expect that from him. Knight of Pentacles. Be patient. Don't take the shortcut. There's the road. Don't take the shortcut. Be patient. That's what he's doing. He could easily go across there and take the shortcut, whatever. He's not. He's balanced. This is the Knight of Pentacles. This is your life. Be balanced. Take time to think about what you got to do, but don't take the shortcut. I recently came across this piece of knowledge. Maybe it was from a movie or something like that, but it literally said something to the effect of if you're trying to avoid something like a catastrophe and you switch up all your plans and don't do things that are normal and you switch it up, you end up creating that catastrophe by not following your own regular path, which means you went off the path to avoid the disaster, and that's where the disaster was. Stay on your path. Let things happen the way they're supposed to happen, and you'll avoid all those catastrophes. You'll avoid the catastrophes. It's literally like him saying, be patient. Let it happen. It's supposed to happen. It's supposed to happen the way it's supposed to happen. That's you. You're like a knight in shining armor. Let it happen. You literally are. As a member of Galactic Command, look. You literally look like that. You have the flight pack with the, they look like wings that help you float. You have the armor on. You have the weapons. You know how to use them. You've been in battles. Can I say a lot? I can't. Can I say one? Maybe. But that's you. Something's going on, and it's telling you to be patient, just like that, right there. Be patient. You're not alone. I can't say this enough. You are not alone. Page of Wands. Actions. Just be ready. That's all it's saying. Just be ready. Just like this person here. Just be ready. There's knowledge in you. Don't fight, but just remember. This situation, you have experience on it. It's not bad experience. It's good experience. Don't choke. That's what I'm getting. Don't choke. Like that. Just be confident. Let things happen. See, the thing about Scorpio is he reminds you the sun must come up. Nighttime must end. You have a bright and sunny day, but then at the end of the day, the sun goes down, it's dark, and it's nighttime. That's the easiest way to explain it. Now you might be afraid of the dark. You don't know what's out there. Then the stars come out. The moon comes out. You see people and children laughing in the dark. And you know that at some point the sun is going to come back up. So be patient. Just be patient. Bottom of the deck. See, I've done it all in front of you. Bottom of the deck. And these are the many things I was talking about. These are the many choices and decisions. The balance. You don't know. Look, you don't know which one. What should I do? Should I pick this one? Should I pick this one? These are the things in front of you that you have to look at and figure it out. Be patient. All these cards are saying hold that strength. Be patient. Right there. Don't go running into a situation. Look, don't go running into a situation. Don't take the shortcut. It's all been taken care of. There's a balance. There's a balance. And that's the strength. And like I said, there is love. There's literally feminine love behind all of this that's going on. And you're sitting there thinking, if Scorpio has so much to do with it, why is there so much love? Who says they can't exist together? Remember, he is only doing a purpose and a function. He has no hate for you. He's an angel. He's not a fallen angel. He is an angel. He's Scorpio. And as I said before, he is part of the Twinflame Journey. Somehow he is in there, you know. So, don't rush forward. Be patient. You have the knowledge. Remember, you have the knowledge. Let it happen. Listen to your intuition. Listen to the voices. If you're not sure what the voices sound like, they sound like your imagination. The best way to describe it is like this. Go into a room, close the door, and without opening your mouth, say the alphabet in your head. Go, like this. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D. Keep your mouth closed and listen to your voice. A, B, C. When you hear that voice inside your head, that's what it sounds like. It sounds like that. Listen. If you ask a name, listen, and you'll hear that voice give you an answer. It might say, "Hi, my name's Bob." Don't doubt it. You heard it. "Hi, my name's Sally." "Hi, my name is Katrina." Listen. That's your intuition. And that's them. That's them talking to you. Helping you make decisions. Just let the decisions at this moment happen. Like I said before, if you feel like you're in a building or somewhere and you said, I need to get out of this building, get out of the building. You don't need to have a reason. You can just say, I need to get out of this building. I don't think I'll get into my car at this moment. I'm going to wait 5 minutes. So wait 5 minutes. Listen to your intuition. Stop wondering what's going to happen and just listen and then take that moment. Okay? So, that's your reading. It applies, as I said before, it applies today, tomorrow, or 1,000,000 years from now. It doesn't matter. So, with that being said, as the angels say, good luck, and I will talk to you later.